So
Unwanted guests.
I never thought that I have to work from home for so long. So never created an infrastructure at home for this.
Okay, I think we are live.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining us back. I hope you had interesting and useful sessions since morning. As I said earlier, this is the first time we are doing it, so sure there were a lot of things that we could improve in hindsight, and we will improve them in future. I think one of the most important parts were giving you more time with each company. I think somehow the earlier sessions were very tightly linked, leaving very little time for you to interact. So what we are doing now is actually uh, seeing if we can bring the companies back after 4 p.m. So between 4 to 5, we're asking all the companies that came in today to see if they will be willing to come back and take the lounge and the tables there so that they can interact with you. And we're also inviting all the attendees back. So if the companies are confirming, we will get them back here. So hope that will be also more useful for you, because a lot of people are interested in talking. They're not exactly fitting a job, but they want to know more. And I think it's an interesting platform for you to interact with the companies, and people like Monish, people like Rakesh, people like Urban Company, Mohit from there, Srini who was here. I think these are people you normally will not get chance to speak to, and this is a time when you can actually learn and understand what they are thinking, how are they deciding, and not really typecast them or stereotype them in a specific way. They are people, and you get to understand them better, and you get to improve your career progression. So with that, I think today's this session that we are doing right now is an interesting session. I specifically wanted to do this because these are not direct employers. Both of them, Monish is from Curata and Rakesh is from Join. Both of these are basically recruitment partners that work with some companies to connect the companies with the right talent, and they are the very important part in the ecosystem, because they are able to do things that companies can't, and they are able to fill the gaps between both sides. So
ये यहाँ
we
पे
would love to, we would love to understand more from their perspective. I'm getting some sort of a noise back from somebody. I don't know how. Oh, this is Anupran.
No, no. Nikunj, can you? Do you have a Zoom call on?
No,
Uh,
I don't. No, I don't have a Zoom call. Okay, I think that was some problem. I hope it is still audible, right? So I think why we are doing this session with these two gentlemen here today, and as I said, they are from recruitment partners. They are recruitment partners that connect and they bridge the gap between the right talent and right candidates, and the kind of companies they want to work with, and the companies where they will be successful. So they're kind of matchmakers in a lot of ways, right? So I think there's not a lot of understanding that people have about what role they play, why they're so important, and there are a lot of people out there which are agencies or consultants, but then there are few agencies or matchmakers who are not just people who are connecting. They are actually going and adding more value, and they also are great places for you to learn, get feedback, learn about where the market is going, because they talk to so many companies and so many candidates in a single day. There's so much of things to learn from them about how to decide a career and stuff like that, which I think is very important for us to understand. So that's why we wanted to have this small chat with these two people here that also happen to be very friendly cut short customers, and they are giving us feedback, they're helping us out with improving our product. So with that out, let me instead of me introducing Monish and Rakesh, why don't you guys introduce yourself and your company? Yep, Monish, you can go first.
Yeah, sure. So, Nikunj, thanks for inviting me and Curator to the platform. Like you said, we are customers. We love the platform. We use it all the time with most of our customers. Uh, to give you a little bit of an introduction, I started Curator with my wife about 2.5 years ago or so. We were largely a tech platform, so we were building tech for Western companies. My background largely is in HR transformation, and we moved to India to start the platform to help create impact in the Indian subcontinent, right? And Over time, what we have evolved into is exactly, I love the word you used, into talent matchmakers, right? That's how we see ourselves, is to match really good talent in India to companies, both in India as well as the Western ecosystem, right? US and Europe. And our focus is purely in the funded startup ecosystem. So we work with seed, pre-series A, series A, and series B companies mainly. Sometimes we work with series D and E companies, but largely we work with only early stage to mid stage startups across the world, right? And particularly that's the area of growth where we are seeing our company grow is more and more in the international remote engineering space. So our focus again is a lot in using Indian talent, particularly because of this COVID crisis, to find opportunities for talent who are in small towns. So yeah, that's kind of our background. Our unique spot, I think the way we kind of differentiate ourselves, besides the target market, is the fact that we are very research focused. So our whole goal is to actually spend a fair bit of time coaching talent, as well as to spend time actually analyzing much more about talent. And we think if we have the best talent engagement, we will have the best partnerships both with talent and companies. So yeah, that's us in a nutshell, Nikunj.
That's pretty awesome. So a lot of interesting thoughts and new trends and new stuff coming up in the this vast market of connecting the Western international companies which have talent crunch with the great talent that India has produced in last 10-15 years. And they might be now working in small towns, as you said. And I think that's a massive opportunity for both sides to really make a big shift here. Would be interested in knowing more about your insights in that remote uh, job and remote opportunities market. But before that, Rakesh, sure, what is Join all about?
Sure.
What is your focus areas?
Yeah, thanks, Nikun, for bringing me on this platform. Actually, it's indeed a great pleasure to be part of this event. I think we should have more events like this, wherein we should know normally what an agency does. I mean, definitely we are a matchmaker, but it's more than a matchmaker. I'll talk about that. So I'll just talk in brief about Join. We incepted in year 2004. That was the time when a lot of product development companies started setting up their base in India. So be it Amazon, be it Google, Microsoft, and all. So these companies started coming in India, and maybe the inception of Flipkart also happened back then in 2004 and 6, right? So what we found the biggest problem at that point of time was that Indian people were not very well aware of product companies, or even if they were aware only of the enterprise companies like Citrix, VMware, and very few about companies like Amazon and all. So we found most of the people were more inclined to join Oracle or most of the TCS, Wipro, and Infosys over any strong product companies. So we found it a big gap, and definitely the reason was we as a country has not matured in the product hiring at that point of time. So that's where we decided let's get into product hiring, and we started from there. And you call it Amazon of 2004, Flipkart, InMobi, most of the company we started working since their inceptions.
Okay.
And currently we are very widely diverse. We are in Bangalore, we have our office in Hyderabad, we have an office in Noida also. And touchwood, during this complete COVID time, I think we have run a lot of initiatives of in names of hashtag helping hands, helping jobs, and all, through which we have tried placing couple of people. Definitely not all of them, unfortunately. We wish to do it, but we have done it for a few of the people who actually were looking for a job. And I think our penetration was so well during this COVID also, that most of our customers for which we were working continued hiring. So apart from few initial hiccups like getting into virtual hiring, so definitely that's what I was talking about. We more than a matchmakers. I believe we are an advisor to our partners, right? So once the COVID time started, and most of the people started talking about, hey, I don't know how will hire. I have never hired people virtually. I really need to meet that person get that instinct whether I should hire or not. So that's where the educating our customers. We have educated most of our customers. We build a complete process for them. Ki, hey, this is what you can do. This is what has happened in past also. There are a lot of companies when they back then they used to try to hire like Booking.com when they were hiring from India for their center in Europe or Airbnb, and also they have all done it. So we educated a lot of our customers, and I think that has helped a lot of people to get the right job. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. Pretty interesting to know since you've been here since 2004, like 16 years. I think 2004, as you said, even startups was a very unknown concept. I remember when I joined the startup, which had 250 people, people were like saying, "Oh, what the hell you're doing? You're joining from Infosys. You're joining a startup which is just 250 people." And today, 250 people to me is a very big company, given the startup definition in my mind. So pretty interesting to note how you have evolved. We love to come back to you. But Monish, since the whole thing is now shifting after COVID, suddenly remote has become a very much real thing. Earlier, it was a fancy thing that could happen in the future. Now it's a pretty much real thing. So, from your understanding of the remote company's perspective, I think it's a win-win for us. Definitely, the kind of talent we have here, it makes sense, a lot of sense for them to work for remote companies from Europe, that might be working in Europe, that might be in maybe Southeast Asia somewhere, or maybe in Singapore, or maybe in US and Canada. We get more salary, we get more flexibility, and all of that stuff. But what do you think are the main main thinking process that is happening in these companies' minds? I've seen a lot of remote jobs where they're saying that they prefer a specific geo. They're not specifically saying that they're not open to accepting applications worldwide. And that is happening a lot of in US and Canada. So what do you think is happening? What are these companies thinking? They like the idea for sure, but what is the real problem they're facing because of which you might think this is a gap that is there in the market. They want to hire, and we want to get hired here, but there's the transaction is not happening much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of in a slightly unique position in this only because I've spent about 25 years living in the US, right? And I've been part of the corporate setup in the US hiring these type of jobs. What observations I had and what I see from my colleagues in hiring out of the US and Europe, one is so when we are hiring, a lot of these companies will say, look, we don't want people work. We want people to work at our time zone, or at least with 5-6 hours of overlap, right? Which is a challenge in the in sort of a non-startup ecosystem. Again, I'm speaking mainly in the startup ecosystem. You can afford to work at different hours. I don't think that's the case anymore because I think in the past there would be a lot of maintenance work that would come to India. I think what is happening now is it's not just that they want less. It's not just a price thing. It's just a pure talent thing. They simply don't in the West have the kind of talent I think that India is producing, right? And when you work in a startup with scrums and stand-ups and agile working, those type of models, it's very difficult to do it when someone's working a completely different time zone. So I think we see that it's a talent challenge, not just a price challenge is a big thing. I think we see the opportunity in making sure that, one of the things that we are trying to get a better handle on, which is why we are getting more and more into helping talent with coaching, is we find that they're looking for certain soft skill capabilities like architecture, like knowing things around tools like Jira and Slack and those type of things, like understanding certain details around data structures and algorithms, particularly in the tech sort of space like design thinking. These are table stakes, I think, in some of the kind of hiring that we do. And we feel that it is important for us to connect with talent at a more level of coaching them with some of this stuff so that they are successful in these roles. And then I think in a lot of cases, there's a mindset I feel in Western companies that Indian talent might not be able to take on more complex stuff. Which, by the way, I think that's completely wrong because they have the mindset which is an older mindset of maintenance. And what we spend a lot of our time on is to show them the kind of stuff they've built. actually pre-vet them with some of the assignments and things like that. So they're not offering, very basic jobs, because good Indian talent doesn't want those basic jobs. They want more complicated jobs.
Yeah.
And our whole thing, I think, like Rakesh was talking about, is education, but it's education 2.0, which is to try to say, look, these guys are not going to take your basic screen development or UI development jobs. They want more complex jobs. So I think that's the part which there is the massive opportunity in, to educate Western companies.
Okay, so basically, from the futuristic viability of remote jobs coming to India perspective, I still see not a lot of jobs are available for like they're not open to this part of the world because of the time zone issues, and whichever are open, there's intense competition for them in the remote job space. And those companies that are hiring, they're very, very picky. They're very high bar in terms of talent quality. And I think we do have that talent quality. And I think some of the things that you mentioned, like soft skills and some other issues that we don't really, we don't pay a lot of attention, like punctuality, presenting, keeping a blog, or keeping a strong brand in some ways, which is important for these companies to shortlist you. Giving some kind of proof of work on GitHub if you have a strong profile and something like that. I think so. That's the gap which you largely see. If that gap is removed, then there will be more companies that will start hiring from India. Is that what?
Yeah, I think the other thing that we kind of observe, right? Mainly, what I see, the way the reason we see a lot of competition is it's very difficult to connect with the founders in the Western companies sitting here in India. I think it's a much easier thing when you are actually sitting with the founder, exchanging with them, how this solution will work. You understand a good deal of that solution. And actually what we find more value, where we add a layer of project management and execution management to the work that they do. So the idea of hiring one or two people in India is not super appealing to these companies, right? What they really want to do is set up a small engineering hub in the country. So I've got my Series A round. I want to hire 4 full stack developers, 5 full stack developers. I need someone who can actually manage and make sure that they're doing work, they're engaged, they don't leave and go. And I think that as we evolve in this journey for remote engineering, I think that sort of what Andela did in Africa, or Remote.io is doing in South America, I think that's the opportunity for us to do in India. If we can create that type of a build, operate, transfer model for startups, I think that's the opportunity that I personally am going after.
Okay, so that's great. So now coming back to the nitty-gritties of it, which are the companies or clients you are actively working with that have a very active role, very active mandates that you have from them, and what are those companies? What are those roles? Both of you, Rakesh and Monish.
Do you want to go, Rakesh, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, Rakesh, you can go first.
Yeah. So we have a couple of customers wherein the hiring has been at a rocket speed at current. I think I'll just name you a few of them. We have Danjo. Actually, they are growing at a very fast pace. Seeing the pandemic in India and the way people actually want to stay at home, and all the user base of Danjo has increased phenomenally. Very exponential in last few months. So we have a role starting from SDs to engineering manager to principal architect for Danjo. Apart from that, we have a lot of roles from Ola, which has come up to us, and they actually Ola has moved a lot on. They are planning to move a lot on the mobility side, electric mobility side, and they are trying to set up their new business centers, tech centers at different locations, and they are planning to hire more than 10,000 people in coming 6 to 8 months across the verticals, engineering, sales, product, and all. So these are, yeah. So
for the electronic mobility part, you're saying the electrical mobility vehicles.
Yeah, Ola Electric. So if we all know, Ola Electric has already been a unicorn before even it's started its operation. So it's already a unicorn company. They have started only in Nagpur, wherein they have started with a few of the Ola autos which are electric, And I think they are one of the collaborator with the government of India also, where Nitin Gadkari himself is a lot emphasizing on electric mobility in India. Yeah, so Ola is trying to get a lot into that, and that's one area wherein they are putting a lot of effort. And they are hiring in Bangalore. They are setting up their R&D centers at different places wherein they see a lot of automation people are available. I mean, automobile automation people are available, be it Pune, be it Chennai. So we have roles across verticals in Ola. We have in Danjo, as I mentioned. Uh, we have customers like Rakuten. I mean, 5G is already launched in Japan, right? And that has given a lot of opportunity for their offshore product development center, which is in Bangalore, to hire a lot of people. So we are hiring for them as well. So these are few of the customers which actually they wanted to wrap up their team as if yesterday.
So these are active roles and they are open on CutShort. They can apply. The people who are interested.
Yes, yes, yes. Most of the jobs are open on CutShort. They can apply, and we are also ensuring that in the maximum turnaround time, which can be for a person to get response and start the interview, do not be more than 72 hours.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, whoever is interested in these jobs, as Rakesh just mentioned, Ola and Danzo, and then there are some of
Rakuten.
and the Rakuten and a few more. So sure, I think you can go ahead and apply for those jobs, and Rakesh can expedite your applications. Monish, what about you? Which are the active opportunities you can offer to the people in this session today?
Sure. I think so. The companies we work with, I should say, are definitely a much smaller scale, early stage companies, and generally they will. So I should have been clearer. We generally only tend to work with tech and product. Okay, so that's our specialty. We're very specialized. We don't work on any other roles as such. What we are very actively hiring on is a San Francisco-based startup called Clipboard Health. Clipboard is trying to solve the problem of nursing. Okay, so in the US, healthcare professionals are not freelancers almost, unlike in India. So their scheduling becomes a challenge. This is a startup that has figured out how to automate that scheduling, or they want to figure that problem out. They want to hire 8 MERN stack developers. So I'm assuming everyone's familiar with MERN, and they want to hire 3 software architects. 11 positions. Doesn't matter where they sit in India. The thing is, they need about 2 years of experience, right? And the way that their job hiring works is very simple. There's a simple test to do, then there's a intro call, a technical round, and then it's a hire. So that's an example of a company where we would want to set up a small tech hub for them here in India. Okay, so we are hiring for them. There is also a company called Verified Me. So, sorry, Bin Verified. And Bin Verified is an identity access provider. It's a directory to find people, sort of like a bit like Truecaller. And they're fairly large, growing rapidly. They have about 4 positions open for the Ruby on Rails stack. Very active hiring for them as well. So we have both those positions posted. Bin Verified is in New York. The Clipboard Health is in the Valley. So those are 2 companies from India that we are actively hiring for. We are generally, because the whole startup ecosystem, as all of you guys know, a lot of them are the MERN and the MEAN stack. So we are looking for MERN and MEAN stack for immediate hires across, I can't tell you how many Series A, Series B companies. But the one I will talk for who's in dire hurry to hire is a company called Tag Mango, YC Combinator company. They're looking for about 4 MERN stack developers. They could start today type of situation. So we are actively hiring for them on this event as well. So those are the 3 that I would call out, Nikunj.
Okay, that's great. So I think a lot of opportunities these 2 guys have already talked about, and they might be adding more over the period of next few days and few weeks. So stay tuned. Any parting notes and thoughts that you want to share with the people in this room in this context? A lot of people, as you might have noticed in the chat section, they are looking for jobs that are not exactly out there. and they're trying to figure out in this COVID time, a lot of joinings have been delayed and all that. So any other advice for the people that you want to hire, and then for the people you may not be able to hire because you don't have roles for them right now, but do you have any advice or suggestions to them?
Maybe I'll just start here, Nikunj. I mean, some of the roles that we look to hire for, what we find is those roles don't exist. I mean, there's certain roles that we see those roles didn't exist say a year ago, right? What I would say startups are looking for, at least a lot of the ones that we work with, is they are looking to see if, let's say, you're a mean stack developer and you have to learn React. I think companies are okay with that if they see passion and they see work and they see the fact that you are driven a certain way, right? Startups take a certain sort of mindset. And I think companies are very open to trying new talent out and give them a shot, even if they're laterally moving in a skill set that they might not have. I see this time and time again. So my advice would be not to restrict yourself because you don't have a certain skill set. I think if you've proven it in a different skill set, programming is relatively, having been a programmer myself, programming is not that difficult to pick up a new skill if you just generally know the algorithms, right? If you know the basics of programming. So I would say, I would say be open to startups, be open to early stage startups. I know that there are more stable startups and more stable companies, but we just see too many folks saying, look, we don't want to work for early stage startup. They're not stable. And I think they should just be more open, and I think there'll be a lot more opportunities because they are hiring.
Okay, great. What about you, Rakesh?
Yeah, so I think market has picked up. If you see in last few months, the number of job search in Indian ecosystem, the Indian startup and mid segment companies has increased by 21%. I think Nikunj, you must have seen the number of job postings which are coming on Cutshot also have increased exponentially in last few months, right? Yeah. So the job opportunity definitely have increased. But one thing which I have observed is that the hiring manager is still little cautious about hiring the kind of people, right? And so the first step for almost everyone is that how does your resume look, right? So how hygienic your resume is, how sanitized you have kept your resume is very important. Talk about your projects, guys. Talk more about your projects which you have done. Try to don't copy paste the same thing throughout the project. That's most of the time which we have observed people do it. Write the achievements which you have done. So I mean, let's say there is a project where you're working on fleet management. What was your contribution? Because hiring managers are more interested in looking at your contribution than looking at what the project was all about. Talk about your contributions on the open source, be it GitHub, OpenStack, wherever you have been. And yes, I mean, if you have free time, it's a great opportunity to go and participate in a lot of Codeathon or coding competitions which are happening, because these things gives you a great edge when you go for an interview anywhere, because that shows you're something you're going out of your comfort zone and trying to do. And most of these startups or mid-segment companies are not looking for people who can sit and work. They want someone like Monish said, if someone is working today on Merge stack, hey, tomorrow I can come and say, can you learn Python? And you should be ready to roll up your sleeves and say, yeah, give me 5 days, I can learn Python and can work for you. So the entire tech ecosystem has changed in last few years in India. So I mean, you ask most of the companies these days, say, hey, I am language and agnostic, right? I'm not worried about which language you code on. I'm more worried about the kind of work which you're doing, because learning Python, shifting from Java to Python is like a 15 days work if you are really strong on that. So keep yourself open for those areas. Keep your fundamentals very strong. I mean, as Monish was talking about data structure, algorithm, these are something which, even though you are a senior guys, I think fundamentals play a very significant role in a startup and a mid segment, because you start from scratch. You are building something which was never there. It's an idea which you have to create on, right? So that has to have a scale. So yeah, that's what I would like to talk about, Nikunj. And yeah, be positive. I think there are a lot of opportunities which are available in market currently, and
Yeah.
I think Cutsheet is doing a great job in that.
Yep. So actually interesting. Both of you mentioned sort of same things, and I think that is sort of secret knowledge with us, like who are actually in the market, because we see each day we see companies that are really literally crying that they want to hire, and literally at the same time we are seeing people who are talented who are not able to get jobs, and that's the reason why we started Cut Short in first place. That we realized that what is happening, right? There are people on both sides, but why can't they find each other, and why can't they work and create magic, right? And we realize that a lot of structural problems around it, and I realize that there are people who reject themselves out, so they think, oh, this job does not fit me and I don't have the skill, uh, right? So they first of all they don't apply. Second, people are the people who apply anywhere, right? They don't look anything else, they just apply with an empty resume or resume and simple message, I am interested in your job. But that is an opportunity which is wasted. You have to do some fitment, you have to do some introspection, you have to do some matching and figure out why you are interested. So it's a very shallow application that they make. And application to me is not just a formal job application. It could be LinkedIn reach out, it could be any message you're trying to reach out to people. I think the gap, you should know, first of all, every company is trying to hire. I have, any company I talk to and I ask them what roles are you hiring, I very rarely get a response, we are not hiring. They always say, if the person is smart, we are hiring all the time. And that's true for Cut Short, that's true for all the companies out there. It's just that we are not able to, a company is not able to find the people who show the passion, who show that learning, who show the fundamentals in place. So be that person who has the fundamentals in place, be the person who has the skills, and be the person who reaches out to the companies they're really interested in. And I'm sure, finding a job is least of your problems. Your problem would be how to choose and which one to choose, because you have spoiled for choices out there. So I think that would be my parting note and parting advice to anybody who's listening. I see a lot of people saying, I don't have this job. Is there any fresher role for Tableau? As a fresher, why do you care about Tableau? Care about getting into the right company, right kind of team, right? Learn about how to get the work done, learn about how to learn, right? And that you can do by joining the right team, by working with the right people. Skill sets, tools, these will come and go. Somebody also was mentioning, don't be too fixated on them, because those will be out of shape. You pick up the fundamentals and just start somewhere and work with smart people. Working with smart people is the only way to grow. Even if you get data scientist role in a not so good startup, in a not so good team, don't take it. Take a data analyst role or data intern role in a very good company where you get to work with smart people, because that will be your acceleration cycle. That how it will start. So I think that would be my advice. Don't really think in a box. Don't think this is job application. Think about your career. Think about your passion. So with that, I would like to have any Q&A. I think Monish and Rakesh both are, as I said, are working in the industry. Both have extensive knowledge. They are here today to help you guys out. They will be sitting on the tables. I request them to take in the lounge. There are some tables marked with curator and join. So they will be here. They will be there in those tables after the session. Anybody who has any wants to get any feedback or wants to know about the companies they're working with and wants to ask Monish about the remote jobs and how is the job thing evolving, and wants to ask Rakesh about how is the Indian market and how the Indian funded startups are doing and stuff like that. Happy to please go on and have interactions with them. They're pretty super nice. They found time out today to meet us. So thanks everyone. If there are any specific questions, I can take it, or otherwise we can directly go to the lounge and talk to Monish and Rakesh on the tables.
Because I think we should directly go to the lounge, because most of the questions were about the kind of companies they are hiring for, and they have already covered it. Just one thing, Monish, someone is asking about the first company that you mentioned. If you can just let that person know.
Yeah, it's Clipboard Health. Clip
Okay.
as in the hey clipboard health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this also happens to be the last session of the day. Now, that being said, as I said earlier, our team is trying to arrange that, if after 4 and between 4 to 5 p.m., we can bring the companies back to have interactions with you. So I think you might get an email from us about what companies are coming at what time. So if you're interested, we will keep this event application running. You can until I think 7:30 p.m. or something like that. So we will notify you the schedule if the companies are coming. If you want to interact with them more, I would say do take this opportunity to talk to them. And as I said, this is the last session as of now. We might actually add more sessions. I am not sure. I liked it. I really personally liked it a lot. I'm now going to end this session. I'll go to the lounge and talk to you guys in the tables.
Just one more thing, Nikunj. So actually, Bazaarvoice and Blackhawk have already confirmed that they are going to be present at 4.
Okay, great. So
Yes.
Bazaarvoice and Blackhawk are going to be there at 4, and I think Biofirm is we also are going to confirm with.
Yes, right.
So just confirm that, and then I think they are already here. Monish and Rakesh are already here. That leaves Urban Company, right? The only one which is remaining. So we will
Yes.
notify you about Urban Company in that case. So sure. Thanks, Monish. Thanks, Rakesh, for spending time and sharing your insights.
Thanks for having us, Nikunj. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure is all ours.
Our pleasure, Nikunj. Yeah,
Yeah, and look forward to more interactions. Let's go to tables.
sure.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.